Boom! We're back. It's June, Johnny. It is
Woo!
almost half a year. We are pounding through the months, pounding through the days. Summer is around the corner. Families and crowds are going to be back on Maui soon.
I knew it was June, the first business day of June, because I did hear the hurricane warning sirens going off. It does that every first business day of the month, freaks people out, but that's what it was. So then I was like, oh yeah, today is June. And that's just crazy, Danny. We are 6 months in. Felt like the year just started, and now I'm
Yeah.
feeling like I'm a little behind.
Yep. Yep. That's kind of how it feels. So,
Yeah.
special thanks. We got some new subscribers joining.
Woo! All right.
Appreciate you checking us out. Give you a nice, warm welcome to our
Yep.
show. We talk a little bit about everything Maui real estate. Sometimes it's more fun, sometimes it's more analytical, and sometimes it's a bit controversial, if you will. So
There you go. Polarizing.
polarizing without the cold weather. So that's what
That's
we're all
it.
about here. I think we have a
Yeah.
little bit of a special nugget today for him, right, Johnny?
Yeah. Danny, we're top agents with the Zillow, right? A lot of agents, a lot of realtors
Yep.
have personal, strong feelings about Zillow for or against. And, you and I had that discussion, and people go to Zillow. Your average consumer goes to Zillow to find out about real estate. So we need to show up there as well.
The
So
real estate encyclopedia. That's what it
it
is.
is. And, so many of the calls are about very, very low end condos. A lot of the
Yep.
calls are around Maui Sands, right? Which, as you and
Hmm.
I know, nice, currently vacation rentable condo in Honokawai. Unfortunately, apartment zoned, so in danger of losing that ability because of the Minatoya list chaos that our mayor has introduced. But they're very, very inexpensive right now because they're about 10, 12 years from the severance date or the surrender date, right? So
Yep.
yes, you can buy a $139,000 vacation rentable condo. You can own it for about 10 or 12 years. But I did want to kind of just show people, like, what can I buy for 500,000, John? Does it even exist? So anyway, that's where the idea came up. Let's check the receipts, Danny. Can we own a vacation rentable condo on Maui for
And the answer
500,000 or
is
less?
yes. Let me
Yes.
let's check this real quick. I want to see how many total vacation rentals on
Okay.
the market right now. So let's see that number. Fee simple. All right. So total 500
Yep.
and there's 19 that are at or under 500,000.
There it is. So the answer
Mm,
is yes. And now let's explain the long yes.
boom. And I think
So,
I clicked out of my tab, so we'll go here.
yep. So Harbor Lights. I mean, Harbor Lights gets picked on a little bit. Can we agree?
Sure does.
I mean, Harbor Lights is where you go if you are in need of Section 8. It's also where you go if you've got maybe a couple $100,000 and you absolutely want to own a two-bedroom condo. Harbor Lights is definitely a pick. And why is it called Harbor Lights? I mean, it literally is across the street from the Kahului Harbor.
You get the lights from the harbor.
So, man, if you're a surfer, kite surfer, wing foil surfer, I mean, it could be for you, right? Harbor Lights is unique. It is definitely zoned hotel, although you can only rent, it's 30 days or more. So it has to be at least a 30-day stay there. It's new information to me, Danny. I always knew that it was zoned
Yeah.
hotel. I didn't know you could do the 30 days there. So
I didn't either.
anyway, yeah, this is a very aspirationally priced Harbor Lights. They're at 298,000 for a one bedroom, one and a half bath. We could not sell a two bedroom for 260 completely furnished. Now, this one has the view. It's on the in the A building. It's on the fourth floor. It definitely looks like there's some nice updates there. That's Harbor Lights for you. So the answer there is yes, you can. You may want to walk through the complex there just to get a feel for the vibe, etc. I mean, there's nice people that live there, but maybe do some online research. Next,
Lahaina Shores.
Now, this is absolutely hotel zone. And Danny, we know that because this is an even numbered unit, that it faces Mauna Kahalavai, right? So it's West
Mountain
Maui
views.
mountain views. All of the odd numbered units face the ocean. They're all studios. Am I correct, or are there some bedrooms in there?
Hmm. Studios,
I
I think.
Yeah, I want to say they're all studios too, man. I can't remember any one bedrooms. It's been so long though.
No, there is some
So
one bedrooms in there.
there is,
There
isn't
is.
there? Yeah.
Definitely. Yep. They just
So
don't
I
come
think
up
it's
much.
only studios and one bedrooms.
Yep.
But Lahaina Shores is directly adjacent to 505, which is burned to the ground. It is in the burn zone. The fact that Lahaina Shores didn't get burnt is amazing. These condos, Danny. So, what do you remember the even numbered mountain views going for back in the day? I think some of them may have touched the 600-700 range.
Yeah, we were pushing six
Yep.
at one point.
The the oceanfront ones, though, I know some of those brought 900.
Yeah, some of those were almost pushing a million.
Yep. So because it's in the burn zone, a few of them have started to come up for sale. I've definitely seen some odd numbered, direct ocean views sell for the 500s. There was the first initial few came out really, really, just amazing prices. People just couldn't say no, so they picked those up. But here we go. Hotel zoned. The maintenance fees now have gone up quite a bit. So they've listed this one here at 293, but they've gone up to, I think they're about 1,600 bucks now, Danny. And they'll reopen in July of this year. So you could use it. I don't know about the rentability of it, what that's going to look like. I think that you definitely have some raving fans that would love to experience that beach there right in front. Town's not around. You can't even access Front Street really from it. I mean, I guess you could walk there at night or something and kind of sneak in, but there's no town. But this is a hotel zone opportunity, and I've always loved the building. So the answer
These are the
here
best
is
prices we've seen in
yes,
6 years since
they really are.
2019 when they're in the
But you're gonna
high threes.
you gotta have the long term thinking.
You got to have a little guts on something like this, right, Johnny? We talk a lot
That's what
about
it is.
you do got to have a little bit of risk in you, a little risky play where you're comfortable with some of the nuances that aren't quite perfect, as like this. You're
This
in a
this
burn zone, not sure how the
this
rentals are
is
going to play
investing.
out, but you're
This is
200,000
investing.
less than it was a couple of years ago. So you're getting a
That's
deal
right.
in some ways.
This is
Um,
investing. Now, when do most people want to buy, Danny? They want to buy in the COVID markets, which is just
when
crazy to me.
everything sounds good, feels good, and looks good is when most people want to buy because it's comfortable. And
That's
I
it.
don't blame
They're
them.
with the herd.
I like comfortable too in my life. And yet
Agreed.
it's some of the uncomfortable moments where we really see growth, we see the opportunities, we see the good deals. But those are not the most comfortable moments for us. That's for sure.
That's it. I'll tell you what, Danny, if interest rates were low again, I think it'd be a different market.
I think so too. Because
Yeah.
prices are looking good. I think people are excited again. I mean, that's what we're seeing, right? Increased website traffic, increased calls, increased people in social media reaching out. Like, there's a lot of increase in things, and they like the prices. I mean, I even have a few people on the phone. They're like, "Man, we're getting really excited now because the prices are coming down. There's a softening market." Like, and there's still some concern about the interest rates. So
That's it. Well,
continue
so
on.
let's talk about the trade-off that you would have to accept with Line of Shores. So you get it in a great price. You're going to perhaps have to float the thing. Don't know how it's going to rent. I'm going to tell you that much.
No idea.
So there you have it. This is investing, guys. This is when investors come in and pick up. They have long-term thinking, right? They're going to maybe accept the fact that they have to float it, but they're going to get in right now. So,
If you
yeah,
love the property and you can manage for a year or two without having rentals, maybe you just want to use it yourself. Maybe you want to come move out for a couple of years and enjoy Maui.
you know who I would not recommend this to, Danny?
Hmm.
Somebody that's buying because the price is low. It's what they could technically afford in terms of like a potential mortgage payment, but they're stretching themselves.
Not a
That
good
is
idea.
not that is not the one to buy here. So, all righty,
Honokai, we're in Ma'alaya.
there you go. So everything in Ma'alaya is apartment zoned. So that's why this one is potentially such a deal. And some people are taking advantage of this Minatoya list chaos. They are betting on the mayor not getting his way. And
Yep.
so this is investing. Am I going to take the risk, right?
Mm.
Am I going to take the risk? Am I going to throw a lawsuit at this, continue to vacation rent it while the lawsuit's happening? Our buddy Kevin, who we had on the show, man, Maui Paradise Properties, he put out a strong version of the Pineapple Minute on Friday.
He
And
did.
yeah, at the very end, there was attorneys that were saying, man, if if I was counseling a client right now on Maui that owned on a Minatoya list condo, I would be suing the county right now for even attempting to take away this right. I was like, whoa.
Mm.
I mean, there's something to be said there. This is a vested property right, right? So anyway, opportunity
So
with
Honokai, nice
risk.
oceanfront. Your Haystack Beach, Haycroft Beach,
Hey, Cruff. Yep.
Haycroft Beach at the end of the road there. Always quiet. There's not a lot of people there. Ma'alaya can be windy at times. It's nice for trade winds. This complex is pretty cute and quaint. Has a little pool on the front side. There's a bit of an erosion issue that they've been dealing with
Yeah.
for a
They're dealing
while.
with the sinkholes or something. Yeah.
Yeah, still a bit of
Yep.
an issue, in my understanding. You have amazing views of the harbor. You can see whales right outside, not from your lanai on this one because it's facing the mountainside. But 425,000, 1,500 a month though. That is
That's the killer right
steep.
there, dude.
That
That's the
is
killer.
steep.
What's the
So
story with like sewage and stuff there in Ma'alaya? There's some funk in there with certain complexes and stuff, right?
yeah, so they most of them all have their own septic system. And there's
Ah,
talk of like somehow connecting them into the county, but then who pays for
mm,
it? And then the county
yes.
the county wants to put restrictions because they all have a little bit different standards for how they maintain their septic. So I think there's a bit of concern around that. So we'll see
Oh, government regulation. Good times.
if Peter Martin's land gets developed at some point and they get county sewer and everything through there, then maybe eventually it happens for Matalaya, but it could be an expensive project down the
There you
road.
have it. Next, Kihei Bay Surf. Danny, this one definitely apartment zoned. So a
Yes,
lot of Kihei Bay Surf is hitting the market, man.
yes,
And all just kind of hanging out here. And any other market, dude, $400,000 vacation rentable studio, I'm in.
gone.
Gone.
Gone
Not
like the wind.
now.
No, no. Price is coming down.
Yep.
This one's down
Yep.
25,000.
They really need to be sub 300 to move these days because they were moving in the floors and then all of a sudden they've kind of stopped. And so yeah. And guys, there's room in all these offers here. I mean, all these list prices. So
Most of them. Maybe not
yep.
all. There's still a few stubborn sellers out there that
This is true.
really just want their price. So
This is
Kelowna
true.
Terrace, another apartment
Another.
zoned.
There it is. 565 down to 445. Still not moving. 1158. Next.
High fees. This one feels like an apartment. Every time I've ever shown it, been around it, you just feel like you're in an apartment, something local, something residential. It doesn't really feel like it should be a vacation
Kind of
area.
makes it a good target for the mayor, doesn't it? Here we go,
Yep.
Honokai again.
We'll skip
And
that.
here
We
we
got some
are, guys.
duplicates in
Stuff
here.
yeah, sub 500s, man, and still on the market for over a year. It tells you everything you need to know.
Still too high. The market doesn't want to pay 450 for this.
Nope.
There's another one.
Boom. Another
Also
one.
450, 389 days. So
Here we
another
are on the
one,
west
Pocky
side.
Maui going the
Yeah,
other side.
Pocky, man. Yep.
Parking lot views
There we
for
go.
7 pictures.
Yep. And it's a unique complex, right? It's basically kind of a U shape, if you would. Everybody looks internally at this great garden area, but you do have the direct ocean front ones. Really a funky floor plan, man. Like that kitchen and everything is right there behind this
Like a
weird wall.
wraparound. Yeah, it's like a G, almost like
Yeah,
a G
it's
shape,
it's very, very
like a
odd,
cinnamon
but
roll.
but there it is, West Side
So
Love.
450,
The
I
love
remember a couple of years ago, these were 299, 300, and they were on market for 270 days on average. Still hard to sell them because the inside grotto, the floor plan, the price point. Now, I mean, this 458, 700, 1,100 a month in your fees. I mean, it needs a remodel probably.
And this is the problem with trying to make these residential is they're going to come with the fees regardless,
Yeah.
right? So, man, how do I make that work?
No furnishings. I mean, you got a lot of
Yep.
question marks on here to make that one feasible.
There you go.
There's another one, same
There it
deal,
is, gang.
225 days. I mean, yeah, I think you got to go back to the 300, somewhere right around 300. High twos, low threes. That's
There's a
really where
natural
demand
law of
up.
real estate, Danny. Price overcomes all objections, buddy. Here we go. Just all different. So this one, what is it? Kind of an ocean view? No, they
Nope, there's
teased
also
us.
grotto just on the fourth floor.
Yeah,
So same,
yeah,
same. You just a higher grotto view. You don't
yep.
really see anything. You're still in the grotto. It's an interesting feel and layout. Here's Kalama Terrace again.
It's a lot of the same characters, right? So here we go. This one's hotel zone, but people stick their nose up because it's across the street from the ocean.
And it
I,
doesn't
I mean,
look a
for
very high
it's
end
not
per se.
sexy. Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's got so much going for it. And the fact that it is across the street from the ocean is a strength these days. And you know what the strength of Kahana Manor is? Is it works both as a vacation rental or a long-term rental as well. And the
Yep.
fees aren't horrible, man, because it's not on the ocean there, but it's not sexy. And everybody wants the sexy. Guess what? Sexy costs money these days on Maui.
Super
Fees,
functional. Great
yep.
restaurants downstairs. Miso fat, yummy sushi, dollies.
Dude, trade winds, bro, is actually a really good little, we call them robberettes whenever they have like a little supermarket type of store in,
Mm,
these complexes. But bro, they're smart. They go and they buy the stuff from Costco and then they take the, two and just sell one. But really approachable. I was surprised. But yeah, lots of amenities there. Walk across the street for the ocean. But for so many people, the dream is, John, I got to see the ocean. I got to be on it. And I don't mess with dreams, man. I don't want to talk logic when it's emotion.
Hey, your dream's your dream. If you want to go and get it. If
That's
you're
it. I'm
if you're
here.
more interested in just having a space and maybe a lower price point and rentability, there's some
Great
options to
place to
consider.
vacation. There it is,
Because
man.
you're
They
going to be at the
still,
beach anyways. You're not going to be at home. Not many people
there it
sit on their
is.
lanais. It's quite surprising, actually, how little people sit on their lanai in Hawaii, even though they say they will. So nice complex. I think 480 might still be on the high side. What do you think, Johnny?
I think there's room there, man. I mean, they're already showing that they're willing to sell though. They've peeled it back from 520. They've dropped 40,000, right? 44 days in. That's what I look for. This is somebody waving their hand saying, "Yeah, I want to sell this thing."
Sell them.
Here we go
Just
with
across the
Valley Isle
street,
Resort.
Oceanside.
Yeah, yep. And you know what, dude? The fees are wrong, man. Those fees are really pushing 2 grand now. That's what makes Valley Isle Resort so difficult these days.
Ground floor.
Active litigation. There was a fire that happened in a gym that was a renter there in their retail area, and that's the humbug with the Valley Isle, man.
499. I don't think 499 gets it done.
Oh, dude.
It's tired. That one's been around a while.
Yeah. Yep. I
Can be
see the I see the possibilities with Valley Isle. I really like what they've done downstairs with their lobby, but man, they need that litigation to go off before they can do anything. And it's only been going on for 10 years. Another
there
Kihei Bay Surf.
you go, 499. 391 days on market. They are
Yeah.
really holding on hope to move this thing.
But this speaks about who our owners are over here, Danny. They can float through this. They just
They
want to
can.
sell, but I won't sell unless I get my price, John. Okay.
There you go. So some people we can help, some people we can't. And there you go.
That's
There's
it.
about 19 different opportunities under 500,000 with various levels of risk, some more than others. But if you're looking for something 500,000, not a
For
lot to work
me,
with, right?
for me, the play is Lahaina Shores, dude. You want long-term possibilities? That's it. You're betting on the rebuilding of Lahaina, and I'm betting on it myself. I'm going to rebuild on Mom's lot. I'm moving back into town, Danny. It's going to have AC. It's going to be awesome.
And when it's back, that place is gonna skyrocket.
Dude, that's going to be because it literally will be that and Ananalu are the hotel zone there's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
those
it.
will probably be the only few options there. Dude, Lahaina Road's, by the way, looking nice these days, Danny.
Oh
They
yeah.
painted that thing, dude. It is looking tight. All right, let's
Mm.
jump into the Hulahan.
the real things you want to look at. So hopefully
There
that was
we
helpful,
go.
gave you some insight. There's some deals, but
Yeah,
now we'll jump into the 316 milli.
boy, our friends N&M, they must be very happy to see these prices there, Danny. Holy cow,
Oh my.
4,700 feet, started at 18 milli, peeled it back to 16. I mean, beautiful, beautiful space there, man. I think that's still a little aspirational. I've seen them selling the eights. I've seen some bring in the teens. Don't know about 16, but man, I do like Mahana Estates.
How about that
That's
view? You
just the
look like you're
Ritz.
in a hotel
Yeah,
pool.
yeah. What am I looking at there, Danny? Oh, that's the Ritz Carlton.
No worries. We look at the Ritz.
That's it. Beautiful Molokai views of Honolulu Bay. Next,
300 days on market. So
yep, big $2 million reduction. Kihei Kainani, it is zoned hotel. That's why for me these days, Danny, just averages. A one bedroom seems to be bringing 700 plus. Studio hotel zone, I'm talking about, seems to be in the sixes. Your hotel zone two bedrooms going to start at a million plus.
that's it.
With some smatterings in between. Don't hold me to it.
Yeah,
I can find you, the one offs all day long. I know of a Kahana Manor for 800 right now, two bedroom.
you get some options. So
There you go.
very
Next.
popular. This is another one of those complexes where you meet people on the island, open house, wherever, and they're like, "Yeah, I've been coming here for 30 years, and we rent the same unit over and over and over and over and over and over and over."
And not
And
oceanfront, so fees are approachable. 740.
not everyone cares to be on the ocean. It's a weird thought. Like we kind of think as vacationers, like if we like the ocean, we assume everybody likes the ocean equally, but most people just want a place to crash that's reasonable, that has easy
Clean.
access to things, clean, and they don't mind driving, they don't mind walking, they don't mind carrying their stuff to the beach. It's all good.
I remember showing this to Aaron Rosie back in the day, Danny,
Mm,
and they were trying to sell it in the 3.9 range at that time. It's a giant house, man.
looks like
Really,
it.
really very interesting. It does have an Ohana cottage. I mean, you want horsies, that sort of thing. This could definitely work for you. This particular
It's a
property here.
gym right in the middle of your house.
That's it.
Fascinating.
Yep.
Really
And there's some
feels
views there, you know. But yeah,
it's a vibe of a house for sure.
I don't know if it brings the 4 milli.
Maybe.
And then we got Sprex, bro. This one here is wait, no, this isn't the one. There's a new one that they listed in the Kuau area. Where it's like, oh my goodness, man, brings a lot of money there. So a little peel, 3.195 down to 2.995. It really just shocks me how much North Shore gets, man, for just average, what I consider average housing.
It's average housing. Yep.
There it is. Valley Isle Resort here. Now this one's got a bit of a view, one bedroom for 575. Man, that's what it was. I'm sorry. So I was mistaken. The fees were correct on the studio. This is the one that I was checking out there. That's a Murphy bed there, but 2,000 a
Mm.
month for maintenance fees. You gotta, it's cash is the only way that this thing pencils here, man. I
And
had a
still doesn't
performa.
pencil much.
Yeah, dude, I had a performa that started at like 80 grand for a two bedroom here, similar floor, spit out 15 at the end.
Not a great value.
That's on Ohia.
Sure is.
Yep. 1992, price right. I mean, right in there. I don't know. Is this a developer one? Whoop. Is this the girls at town? Nope.
Nope.
This one
But
is
the
so,
seller is very motivated.
but let's hit it. So hit the history real quick. I'm wondering, this guy pick it up and sit on it for a little bit?
Mm. 2 years
There
ago.
you go. So picked it up, had the little can't sell it for a little bit stipulation. They didn't really steal it though, did they? At a million two.
No.
Oh,
It was,
next.
that was a going rate 2 years ago. Especially
It was
that was before, that was after the fire, yeah.
was. And
After,
maybe
right
that's what
after the
this is.
fire.
Is somebody bought this fire person. Now they're able to rebuild in Lahaina. So now they're selling that. Sadly, dude, I've
Probably.
been talking with people that kind of like my mom bought right after the fact. I was talking to one, they're in Waiahu area, and it's when the prices exploded, right? And now they're a little worried. Can I even get what I paid for it? Pohailani, dude, a lot of these hitting the market down here, Danny. This is the duplex side across the street, not the hotel zone studios. So they can only long-term rent, and 1905 in maintenance fees is just killing it. Got
Oof,
a buddy that lives in here. He's so bummed, dude. 24 grand he's got to make just to pay his fees before his mortgage.
that's rough.
Yep. Keala Wailea coming right out the gates, 1,750,000. Seems a little bit higher than what they've been selling for, but hey, you're looking at very, very high end residential condo here. You can walk to the new Wow Sushi. You can walk, you're right there. I mean, Monkey Pod's right in this complex. So you're looking
Yeah,
for a high end residential or second home condominium complex, this could be you.
nice units.
Yeah. On a highway here, this one, Danny, just right there in Kuau. I mean, that's just kind of I mean, it's a bigger home, right? Nothing super special. 2.59, Danny. 2.59. Newer
Looks good to
construction
me too.
too. Built it in 2020. Yeah.
Look at that. Simple life. Mattresses on the ground.
That's it. Could be
The
staging,
surfing.
could be agent
Yes, gotta love
staging there.
staging.
Yeah. Klaus knows what he's doing. So
Everything's 2 million today.
that's it, dude. Here's just an average house in Kula on half an acre with a detached ohana, though. And that's kind of attractively priced for Kula, in my opinion, dude. With a detached ohana.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. Got
Yeah.
separate Ohana, separate space for them to drive on in. It's always interesting when
That's
they put the
it.
Ohana like further down the lot, so actually like the Ohana gets the view.
Right. You know what
Always
happened, in
fun.
my opinion, Danny? They built the Ohana first,
Yep.
and then they built the main house and moved down into it. That's how that happens.
Seems the way to go. Half an acre,
Yep.
1.8. That's cool.
Seems to be, yeah, market average, in my opinion. This one here, I mean, I get it's hotel zone. Man, it's direct right there, but 1,250,000, Danny. Fill me in. Bigger square footage for a one bedroom. What's the draw?
Slightly. Right by Kiavakapu. That's the draw.
Ha! That's where this guy is. That's right. This is next to Monakai, isn't it?
Right next to Monakai. Yep.
That's what it is. This is a location play. So that's why I need Danny. He's the South Shore expert. Yeah, that'll probably move.
They
People are
don't
probably
come up
fiending.
much. People
People
love
are
them.
fiending.
This one will
People are
move quick,
fiending.
probably.
Yep, that's why. Thank you, Danny.
Hell
Kayapa
yes.
Place. Oh, start out with the view in Haiku, cuz 1 acre, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1480 with detached. Wow, that's good. That's actually good action for freaking Haiku, huh?
It is,
Kind of
yeah.
typical action. House with Ohana on 2 acre. No, this is just 1 acre. Yeah, man. Sub 2 million.
Nicely done.
Lots.
Remodeled,
Yeah.
updated.
Lots of exposed rafters there.
That
Nicely
one will
done.
probably move pretty quick too.
Yep. Here we go. Another one in Sprex. 4 bedroom, 2 bath. It's crammed it in 1,032 acres on just your average size yacht. And it's gonna go out for 1,295,000. Not surprised. Yeah.
Welcome to Maui.
Okay, now we're starting to get to a little reality here at Leilani Apartments. I don't know of any ick at Leilani Apartments. I don't know of any active litigation. Sits directly in front of Maui Lani Terraces. They get to use the pool. 699. Starting to get some reality for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Bit of road noise. You're right there on the lower road,
It's a Maui special with all different kinds of flooring,
right?
tile,
Just
laminate, got everything in there.
DIY special. This
To the
year,
beach.
oh, bro, Cliffy, he knows how to price them for a penthouse. I mean, it's way in the back there, but you still get a bit of a view. And already peeling from 825, 24 days in. I think we got somebody that wants to sell.
think we've always seen Sugar Beach kind of a little bit above the averages. Like you said earlier, about 700 for a one bedroom. It seems like Sugar Beach is always like 50 to 100 over what everything else is selling for.
I would
It's just
agree.
it's just carried that for a long time.
It's kind of an interesting little enclave there, right? Because it goes Sugar Beach, then you got Nani Kaihale, then you got the one that's dealing with the water going, ocean going in underneath, and then directly next to that we got what McKenna Surf, right? Or
Maui
Ma'alaya
Surf.
Surf.
Yep.
Yeah, Ma'alaya Surf. One bedrooms there, bring 1.6 all day long.
It is
The
an
draw
interesting
is
grouping of properties.
definitely you're on one of the longest beaches on Maui there. Um, you got Dina Sandwich. You've got the prom store where kids go and rent their tuxedos.
Such
It's
an
an
interesting
interesting
spot for it.
complex.
Yep.
It really is.
Very
Covered
interesting. This one
parking.
pretty original on this one, so
It
I don't know if I
is.
see the 799 come through unless someone really likes this location in the building.
Yeah. Cliff's already in their ear. It's like not gonna do it. We need to drop the price. Garden
Ooh.
Estates, one bedroom, one bath, coming in at 689. Now dropping to 669. So this is the
Same.
one, Danny, that's right by Times. Is that correct?
Yeah, right behind Times.
Okay, so they still consider that Kalepo Lepo, huh?
Yep.
Righty.
There's been some two bedrooms in here in the 660 range, so I'm not
I
sure
know.
where they got the one bedroom. I mean, it is nicely
It's because
updated
they
with some
updated in
flair.
2024, dude. That's why. But
They're trying
yeah,
to get all that money out of it for sure.
it just sucks because the two bedroom, it just helps the two bedroom sell better, quite frankly.
Sure does.
Now, how do we know we're close to Wailea? Well, it's got a pool and a jacuzzi. So Keonikai
Waterfall.
Estates, just right up above villas or Keonikai villages, or villas right up above Camp Sands. But man, nice looking pad, dude. It's funny how
Yeah.
the homes do change as you start getting close to Wailea there. What seems
Hmm.
average is not. Here we go, Kulamala. That's why it's pending. 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath on half an acre. Boom. Bigger
Moved.
space. I mean, that's good merch for Kula in that price range. This one too in Wailuku, 1224. Didn't make it 32 days, man. That's considered affordable these days in a cul-de-sac. Put the arrow right
Big
on it
move.
for us.
I think that neighborhood
This
is every
one.
flipper's dream right now. Is Waihu Terrace.
That's the one, huh? Look at Haiku, bro. Just an average sized lot, but you have a beautiful little 1939 built plantation home on it that somebody's gone in and done some tender, loving care to. Boom, doesn't make it 17 days, man.
Super cute.
That is. And then this one, dude, that view, even across the street from the ocean, I knew this thing was not going to last. Well done.
These ones go. People love this
Well
complex.
done. That's it. That's a good sale right there.
The
And then
beauty
this one here,
stores.
bro. I mean, when Stice and the Kind listed this one, I was like, what? F building? I don't know. But here we go. 68 days later. Bit of a view. Some little special touches there. You got the ductless action. It's cute. It moved.
I'm gonna guess they brought their own buyer for that one.
Probably right. And Kaimalu, man. I mean, it took 362 days and $700,000 in price reductions, but that makes for a nice alternative to Wailea Golf
Sure does. Keep some
and
options.
closer to the ocean.
2,000 a month in your amenities. You do get one of the nicest pools on the south side, so
That's it.
paying for something.
And then this one at Pi'ilani Villages, man, that one caught me. But you do that nice little backyard action.
Very average house with a massive waterfall.
Oh, somebody went crazy with the accent wall there.
Such interesting layouts in these things. Kind of
I know,
choppy
dude.
and
It
all
really,
over the
really
place.
is.
These were all
Yeah.
workforce housing back in the day, right?
I don't know what Pi'ilani Village is. To me, Pi'ilani Villages was one of the first kind of like D.R. Horton type communities for me in South Maui. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like just kind of very, very mainland kind of. developer neighborhood style. And I think a lot of people like that look because the alternative over here, when you don't have the HOA, is hodgepodge,
Yeah,
right? So, yeah, but
and
there it
cheaper
is.
houses.
And here we go. Another Maui Lani in the islands. So the islands is gated. So a little bit more higher end, smaller home, 1644 square feet. What did it bring though? 1,330,000
Right in line.
is
And last but not least,
last one here in Kahului. So I'm like, where is this in Kahului? Is this like Old Sand Hills? Hit the map for me, Danny, because it had a bit of a view. That's what stumped me.
yeah, it's
Is it
kind
one
of
of the increments?
the
Where are
hillside.
we at? Ah, that's where it is. So bit of a hill over there. So we're in the increments. I mean, there was Papa. Hmm,
Yeah, just on
interesting.
the other side of the mall.
Yep. So you're definitely in the increments. And what did it sell for? 990. So there, they started at 1,250,000, a little too aspirational. Got it in line at 990 there, dude.
They did okay on that.
Yeah, good for them. And they can build an Ohana. That's it. Little long-winded.
Look,
Hope it helped though.
covered all kinds of things. Under
We did.
500,000, a little bit on today. What you're seeing is people are still pricing pretty crazy, and there's some that are showing motivation and some that are willing to carry it for a year.
There it is.
So
We've
that's what
got
we
some
have to
high-end
talk.
owners on Maui. People can float through it. That's why they're not giving up on their prices. That's why
They'd
it's not
rather they'd
really
rather get their
rash.
price and pay an extra 2,000 a month for a year than discount their price and feel like they lose.
That's
That's
kind of the market we're in, stuck.
part of the
And that's why our
psychology.
market is stuck.
Sure
Yep.
is. So we're dealing with a little bit different clientele here. If that's on the mainland, not many people are carrying it for a year, 2 years with maintenance
Not
fees and
with not with
taxes and
those
all
kind
that
of
kind of stuff.
maintenance fees, huh? Yeah.
So you've had enough of us. We will see you all on Wednesday for the hump day. Share it, like it, comment. Love to hear from you. Until next time.
Mahalo, everybody.
Aloha.
Aloha.